Hi everyone, it's JJ from Lakshy Trading. Another week has arrived, and we're going to do a bit of a quick review on Bitcoin dollar and the Euro dollar, as well as on gold. Okay, let's get into it. So basically, last week we spoke about this price range bouncing, price just bouncing between the resistance and support level. I said, well, look, if you want to sell, that's a great place to sell here. Let me just zoom in a little bit. So if you wanted to go short, that was kind of your entry there. But as we can see, obviously the price moves. So if you did manage to trade it and you sell it off and you had a stop loss, then okay, that stop would have been triggered. If you decided to buy on this support line and just instead of just taking a profit or just riding the swing, you would still be in profit. Like I said, we're looking at the 655 range. I see if that's going to hold. I'm hoping for it to go to that, and I think everyone in Bitcoin we want to see the price go up. Um, so I've looked at the Fibonacci's. There's not much has changed really. I mean, it's still the same. You know, that 61 area is still holding, right? So it's moving up. This is good news. Anyway, so that's Bitcoin. I would say that personally, I'm buying. For me, it's a great time just to get in. Let me just zoom out. I want to just see if there's any other. So there, where are we? So that is some resistance. If you look on this side, there was previous support line. That could become a new resistance line. I suppose one has to look at the chart pattern. If there's some bullish evidence, which there clearly is. I mean, if you can see, this bullish candle is just engulfing this hole. So there's a lot of movement. Yeah, I think it's a good time to go along. Anyways, gold. We spoke about gold in 2 videos back on this trend line, and there's a new trend line that's forming. It broke above the trend line. Last week we also said, okay, well, it could come down back here to this 1,200 range, and we also looked at this trend line here if it bounces up, if the trend line will hold and go back. Well, basically, it broke the support line of this trend line, but there's some bullish evidence that it might move further, right? I would go long. I mean, my money is on gold to go long. We could look at the 1,300 range. Okay, so it can either be there or it can come up to this area. Now let's just pull out the Fibonacci extension. So we also spoke about this last week. I need to add a Fibonacci level in here. I think it's not there at the moment. Okay, I don't have that 121. Anyway, so you could either, you can trade these trend lines, and like I said, if price, let's say you decide to go long now and price doesn't hold, you could put a stop in here somewhere at the bottom. Depends on risk management and what is your risk tolerance, etc. But yeah, that might be a good indication. This area right here, just underneath this bar here. What is it? The 1299, almost 1,300. So yeah, that's a $24 stop. Anyways, so that is gold. Then we just look at the euro dollar. I just don't want to spend too much time on the charts. Everything is. Just delete this. Sorry. Okay, so the 1.14 resistance level, and we also looked at the 1.09 support level. So if I pull out the Fib, I use Fibonacci's a lot. You guys would have noticed by now. This area here, the 50-60 zone. If I want to go long on this euro, I would probably go. I would look at this. I will look for an entry here, bullish evidence on this support line, and if I need to sell it off, I'll go again on this 1.14 resistance. You could ride this trend, I suppose, because it is a trend. If you look at it, maybe I'll just draw it in. There's some. Let me zoom in a little bit, get it better. Yeah. No man, what am I doing? So there's two trends here. There's one there, right? And there's another trend line there. So it's moving in this trend line, okay? But there's also, from what I can see, I think it's around about there. Nah, not like that. So you got another trend line there. So you have this big one moving, right? Then you have the smaller ones just bouncing up and down. And yeah, looking at that, if this one holds, I mean, it might come back to the 1.14 if it just trades, right? It might go trade to this level. It might actually go now to this 1.14. Again, if you want to enter, you can do it. Just look for some bullish evidence. I'm not, well, there was hardly any bullish evidence there, and they brought that price back down. I mean, if we've closed higher on Friday, because this is on Friday, this is the last bar for Friday. If we closed, if this was a bullish candle, then I would say, okay, well, look, there's a lot of evidence. But the fact that it traded up and it opened up and it just went and come back down tells me, I don't know if they're ready to, to move it higher. It doesn't look like it. It just closed lower, so I don't know. I'll wait for this 1.09. What area is it? Yeah, 1.09 area. There, in one of the articles I'm going to show you on the news side is that they were talking about this whole let's look at Bitcoin for that. They were talking about consolidation. Basically what happens is that there's accumulation and distribution, right? You can't just come and, well, I suppose you can, but what big traders doing is that they can't just take out the whole market. I mean, the market will not be able to support them in order to, there might not be that many orders to pick up. So price trends up, okay? And then as it moves up, right, people start taking out profit. Obviously, then that price comes, and then it bounces, right? Okay, here it came down, and then it moves slowly people start taking up, and then there's a big move up again, right? Here we know why this move came down. This was the hack. And again, oh, sorry, this was the hack here, not that. Apologies for that. And this was also, we looked at this area as well, where we say, okay, there's a pennant there, and it's just starting to squeeze, so it could have a breakout, right? And then it did break out of this the support line, and then obviously just dropped down. But if you look at this, I mean, here, this area is a great, when it comes to accumulation and distribution, so it will look something like this, and maybe I can draw it. So you'll have price do that, and then it will come down a little bit, and then it will start moving up a little bit, and then it just does this for a while, and then all of a sudden, let me just draw it in. So I'm gonna try and do my own little chart here, okay? And let's say, okay, now this is and then it will start moving up again. So you have these ranges, which you're seeing the same there, is that it moves in there. So what big traders are doing is they start accumulating. But we don't know, is it accumulation or distribution? Because if, let's say, for example, it was the other way around, where you'll have, if we can flip this chart around, let's look at this area. So let's say price is moving right there. Maybe I should draw it. Hold on a second. So price moved up, right? And then what happens is it just starts doing this, okay? I'm not really a graphic designer. Anyways, so price moved up, and then it starts bouncing. Now we don't know, are they accumulating or are they distributing? Now you can look at volume spread analysis in order to help you with that. I mean, I don't talk much about volume spread. I don't know much about it. Right, I do know the theory, and I should actually get studying into volume spread analysis. But anyway, so they move this price up, right, and it starts. People call it consolidation. A lot of people in the news will read it as consolidation. But what happens is that it could either be accumulation or distribution. So in accumulation, it would be on the up move, which we might see this whole area here after the hack. That could have been accumulation stage where people's like, okay, well, let's start scaling in. You can't just take out the whole market because there might not be enough orders to fill you anyways, right? And if you do on the distribution side, so what will happen is, so it moves up, and then let's do another one, and then all of a sudden it's just like bam, it comes down again. So that will be distribution. So it moved up. Now they're slowly offloading their orders, and then all of a sudden it just moves down. There's just no more. There's no more orders left to fill it, right? If you look on the, yeah, I mean that's the best way I can explain it, I suppose. I'll try and do a video more on that, but yeah, this is all I wanted to say is that I think this is what happened here, right? This was accumulation, and which is good. If you're in Bitcoin, it's good, because like I said, we might look at the 655 or the 734 range. Yeah, it might so what will happen here, I think, is that this price might move up, right? And then it will start bouncing here, and then we might have another move, right? Or this could be a false breakout where people's like, oh, it's going to go up, but it might not be. But like I said, if you have good risk management, because you can't, you can't. People say time the market, but say, oh, I'll buy at this point and I'll sell exactly there. You can. But if you look at these lines, obviously when price reach there, but you won't get the exact exact point of entry and say, okay, this is the lowest it's been and that's the high. That's a pipe dream. Anyone tells you that oh, I buy here and then I just sell there and I buy here again, it's like, come on, you're fooling. Anyway, so that's a little bit of a technical on the chart. So let's look on the news here on the Facebook page. I've changed this a little bit. So one from CoinDesk, step in the right direction. So basically they are starting to, after this Forex hack, pardon me, what happened is that they issued tokens to all the traders, and then they said, well, look, we're going to reimburse you, because everyone had to take a 36.6% loss, social loss, I think it was. And now they're starting to buy back those tokens to make up for those losses, right? They're trying. I mean, like I said, it's a step in the right direction. They're not running away. They look like they committed to. We still don't know why exactly, how it happened, the breach. There's no information on that. A lot of people asking it, like, why can't you just tell us what happened? How was it? How was your system breach? And we're still waiting for that. But the point is, they made a plan, and it looks like they're sticking to it. Swift, what happened? I wasn't even aware of this. It was an $81 million Bangladesh bank heist, right? And Swift is, I think it's a standard world intrabank financial telecommunication or something like that. So they updated. They had a letter to all their partner banks and saying that, after the hack in Bangladesh with the $81 million, after that hack, banks should have upgraded their security, and a lot of banks just ignored it. And this is what they're saying here. And if you look, going back to the Bitfinex hack, is that once that hack happened, Bitstamp and all the other exchanges looked at it and say, yeah, our security is in. They've updated their security, as far as I know, and. So they made the effort to keep the clients' funds safe, where the banks was just ignoring it. After that, guys like, it's just another bank heist, whatever. I have my theory on that. I will not say this in a video, but I mean, if you just need to Google a little bit, and you might catch my drift. Anyway, so what did I say? Thanks Bitcoin. Yes, thanks Bitcoin, is to say that this small little industry is doing their part in keeping clients' funds. So if you're in Bitcoin, there's a community concerned about the well-being of it. It's not just a fly-by-night, as they say. Anyways, that was last week's video. Do check it out. Hash Ocean. A lot of people have been asking me, do I mine? I don't mine. I don't think we're from South Africa. If I don't see. I don't know if it's cost effective. I mean, if there's any miners from South Africa, let me know. But I personally don't mind. I don't have the facility, and it's just not my game. But anyways, here is Hash Ocean closed down. This is quite a while back, actually. This was not recently. I just thought I'd share it, seeing that so many people ask. They closed down, and read this. A lot of funds is just gone. The website is down, so I'm very skeptical when it comes to these online mining, cloud mining, or pool mining. Unless you have a mining rig and you all just pool together. But I think if you hire because those machines need to get hired. So if you but you don't know if they're legit. There was a good video regarding that. How can you start a mining company without even owning a single miner? Go and watch. Maybe I'll go and look for that video and post. I think I should do that actually. Anyway, so that was that. Yes, no, maybe Donald Trump wants to build a big wall. I think that's the wall there. And he wants to, he said that if he gets elected, then he will suppress money transfers. And a lot of the, Mexican Bitcoin exchanges are ready for boom as Trump promises suppressing money transfers. So I think, a lot of people will seek other ways. Is he wrong in saying that? I don't know. I mean, is he saying like, hey, if you're legal in the country, just prove it, and otherwise we're not going to be able to send it. I mean, I don't think he's doing anything wrong, to be honest. He's just stick to the law. I mean, it's if you're legal in the country earning money, you're not allowed. I mean, if you're earning illegal money in a country, I'm not saying I'm talking you have a job, but your legal status, you're not legally, you can't work in that country. I mean, if you're on a tourist visa, and I think this is what he's saying. I think a lot of these folks don't even have visas. I don't know what the story is down there, but all I can say from this article is that if that happens, Mexican Bitcoin exchanges will definitely see an increase in transactions. Monero, this is a new coin. I wasn't even aware of this. 5 reasons why Monero has spiked. So basically, it's quite famous for its anonymity, I think is the right word. Dash and Monero, but what happened with this coin is that a lot of the dark web, and I've said it, they have to thank the dark web and some media, I suppose. And the 5 major reasons why Monero has spiked is because on the dark web, a lot of these, you'll see it in this article as well, a lot of the dark web sites has started accepting Monero. So obviously now there's a demand for it. Demand and supply and demand is the right word. So I think it's definitely, this currency has spiked because dark web has starting to accept it. So that is my reason. A lot of people in Venezuela, with their currency really getting their asses kicked, opting in for Bitcoin. And I think if you look at the previous video, I said it's like property. When I saw this picture, here's a guy holding coins, and there's some property there. But as from an investment perspective, or to hedge yourself out, is that these cryptocurrencies, whether any cryptocurrency for that matter, is a great way, because today is Sunday. You can buy coins today if you like. You can't do that with, say, Forex. The Forex market is running, but your broker is closed. It's an office. So regarding Bitcoin, is that a lot of people are moving into just to store their wealth into Bitcoin, or just to hedge themselves out, because the currency is just getting weaker and weaker, from what I understand. So there's that. Bitcoin price spread for big game. Well, we've covered this basically in the video, where they were talking about, and it's the same thing they're saying here as well. It could be a consolidation. That's what they call it. Consolidation, accumulation, distribution. The point is that it's been moving sideways, and it could move up now. And here they have some. It's a great read as well. If you're buying and selling bitcoins, I would say go and read this. Or even if you just want to buy, and when what to look for when you want to buy and when, right? I suppose this is a good read, as well as this video. That's the whole point of these videos. I think that was it, huh? That's the news for today. That was a quick one, actually. We talked about this last week. There's some more stuff I wanted to share, but this video will just be so long, so I'm going to have to put it in the next video for next week. But, go and check out our Facebook page. This video will also be on Steemit. Give us a vote up. And, let us know what you think. Any comments, please do. Send us a message, send us a comment, share the video, and thank you very much. You have a lovely weekend.